On June 22nd, the Enteral Nutrition Scanning project will be going live. We will start using Bridge to scan breast milk and custom formulas from the milk lab. The change is occurring to facilitate more accurate inventory of breast milk for each patient. Through Bridge, we can also perform electronic barcode administration scanning for breast milk and formulas which are made in the milk lab. Caloric densities can be tracked and documented in PowerChart for better assessment of patient caloric intake. Labels for breast milk will no longer print from your current printers. New label printers, similar to lab label printers, will be installed on your floors prior to May 18th. Bridge can either be accessed on your desktop computer through PowerChart or on your mobile SpectraLink phone. The patient census will be how you can see account numbers for patients in Bridge if you do not have a bracelet to scan. Click on the Bridge icon in PowerChart to open the Bridge system. When Bridge opens, it will automatically sign you in. In the top right corner, there is a list of menus. Click on the Reports button. In the Select a Report, you will click on and select Patient Census and click Go. Change the facility to default. Select the floor that you're looking for the patient census for. Here, I was looking for 8 East. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. Click Display. Here you will see the patient census report for all the patients admitted to your floor, along with their account number that can be used to look at patients in the patient ID lookup box. You can export the report, click PDF. When the PDF opens, you can then print this to your local printer on the floor. When you open PowerChart, you will see that the Bridge transfusion icon has changed to just Bridge. Click on the icon to open the system. Make sure your cursor is in the patient ID field and then you can scan your patient's bracelet. When the patient's chart opens in Bridge, you will now see the enteral feeding menu. This is where breast milk and formula tracking will take place. To start the tracking process, labels will need to be printed to give to mom. Click Print Labels. You can toggle the number of labels by clicking the up and down arrow or by typing exactly how many you want in the field. If breast milk will be stored on your floor, you can print a storage bin label from this page too. When the number of labels is set, you click Print. It will default to the last printer you used. If this is not the most appropriate one, you can click Cancel and select any printer from the list. Click Print. Your labels will print and you will be brought back to the menu in the patient's chart. When mom returns with milk, we need to receive the bottles into inventory. Click the Receive Bottles for the first way to do this. Scan your bottle label that mom has applied. In the collected field, enter the collected date time mom has written on the label. Choose your storage state. This one is fresh. And then click Confirm. You can do a few bottles like this. Scan your next bottle. Update the collected date time. Choose your storage state. This was frozen. Click Confirm. In the table on the right, you'll see that the system has calculated the appropriate expiration date based on your storage state of the milk. When done, click Exit. The next way to do this is through Batch Receive. Click this button in the menu. Scan your bottle. You can start scanning your next bottles. Here you have to enter the collected date time for each bottle, as well as the state. You can do this moving down the chart. The expiration dates have been calculated for you based on the storage state. If needed, you can enter a comment. Click the Confirm above the Confirm column. This has confirmed all of the bottles into your inventory. If you need to reprint a label, you can click off all or some of the bottles and click Print All. Select your printer and click Print. After your labels print, you can click Exit to return to the patient's main menu. If a bottle which has been received into the system needs to change its storage state, this can be updated in Bridge. Click on State Change in the Patient's Enteral Feeding menu. Scan your patient's bottle. This bottle was received in fresh. The system has now changed it to frozen. You'll see that the expiration date has been updated to indicate that it has a 6-month expiration. If needed, I can reprint the label. I will do so here. This way, when I freeze the bottle, I know what the expiration date is. Click Print if that's a good printer for you. If you have a frozen bottle that you're thawing, you can also use the state change for this bottle as well. Click State Change. Scan the label on your frozen bottle. Here you'll have to confirm the thaw date. Click in the thaw date field and hit Enter. Here you'll see that it has now gone from frozen to thawed. The expiration date has been changed to be in 24 hours. Click Print if you need a new label. And then you will be returned to the patient's menu. Browse Bottle History can help you review a patient's inventory of breast milk and formula. Click on the Browse Bottle History to open the page. Here you can see all of the patient's bottles. This page can be sorted by the column type, so we can look at bottle number, expiration dates, storage state, as well as any of the other columns. If needed, you can reprint a label right from this page. Just click the print button. If you have a bottle in your hand and you want to see the information from the bottle, you can scan the bottle. It will bring up just that information. When you're done reviewing the Browse Bottle inventory, you can click the back button and go back to the patient's main menu. Before bottles can be administered to patients, they need to be prepared. This is how PowerChart will receive the bottle information. Click the Prepare Bottles button in the Enteral Feeding menu. When the Prepare Bottle screen opens, you can see patient's current feeding orders. This patient has orders for both formula and breast milk. If you hover over the information details, you can see all of the order details. To prepare the bottle, click in the bottle number box and scan your bottle label. Click on the green check mark next to Add Fortifiers. For every breast milk bottle, we need to add base feed, select breast milk, the base feed caloric density, select 20 for breast milk, and the total caloric density. This is also 20. If you need to enter any comments, you can do so. Otherwise, you can click Confirm. You can also reprint the label here, but it's not required. All of the prepared information is now tied to this bottle and will be available for administration. You can also thaw bottles through the Prepare step. If you scan a frozen bottle, the thaw date box will appear. Click in the box and hit Enter to confirm the thaw date and time. You can go through the next steps to add the fortifiers. This is also a straight breast milk bottle, so it'll indicate the base feed is breast milk, the caloric density of the base feed is 20, and the total caloric density, which will be calculated in PowerChart against the volume. Here we'll reprint the label. Click Confirm. Select Print if this is the best printer for you. And when you're done preparing bottles, select Exit to return to the patient's main menu. To the left is an example of a bottle that has been prepared and the information on the label. If you need to divide bottles into smaller aliquots, you need to do this in the Prepare step. Scan your large bottle. Click on Divide and enter how many smaller bottles you will be making. You can use the arrows to toggle or type the number that you need. If you need to adjust the fortifiers or add in the information, you can do that with the green check mark. Otherwise, you can print and you'll print your 2 new bottle labels for your new bottles. Since each bottle can only be fed to a patient once, you cannot keep rescanning a large bottle. You'll need to make a new label for each one. When you're completed, click Exit. To combine smaller bottles, you can do this in the Combine Bottles menu item. Scan the first bottle that you would like to combine, then scan your second bottle. You can combine these into a net new bottle and print a new label, or you can combine it into the existing bottle. Here we will combine into 491 and dispose of bottle 492. Click Confirm. And now you can scan 491 for your administration. To administer bottles, you will do this by clicking the Administer Bottle button in the Enteral Nutrition menu. Scan the bottle that you're going to feed to your patient. Here you'll see I accidentally scanned the bottle for a different patient. Take note of this error message. Gather the correct bottle, and now you can rescan the bottle for your patient. Here you can enter any comments that you need. Press the Start button. Here you can wait until the patient finishes their bottle to complete the feed, or you can do it as soon as you scan. Select Updated, click on the Complete button. Your feed is completed, and the information has moved into PowerChart. Click Exit to go to the patient's main menu in Bridge. To complete the documentation, you will go into PowerChart, open the new enteral feeding band. This will be right below I's and O's for everyone. Select the enteral intake field. Here you will see the information that has come in from PowerChart for the bottle I just administered. This will work a lot like the blood product administration. So here I will say, yes, I did this in Bridge. I will enter my enteral feeding type. This baby took the bottle orally, and I finished it with NG2. This was a bolus feed. Here in the oral feed volume, I will enter 60 mLs. And in the NG2 volume, I'll enter 30. I'll double click in the enteral caloric intake field to calculate how many calories the baby took for this bottle. Click the green check mark to sign the information. And then you can scroll up to your I's and O's. You will see that some select information from this feed has moved there. This includes the base feed, the total caloric density, and then all of the volumes I just documented. The volumes are calculated into your intake for the day. No duplicate documentation is needed for this step. To discharge bottles, we want to do this when patients are going home for discharge or taking bottles home to store there. First, you want to click your discharge location. We will choose caregiver because the caregiver will take this bottle home for storage there. Scan the bottle you're discharging to this patient's caregiver. If you scroll down to find this bottle, you will see it has been selected and it is discharged from the system. You can do multiple bottles at a time. Scan your next bottle. If you scroll and find this bottle in the list, you will also see that it has been discharged. When complete, you can click the exit. If you only have one bottle to do, you can do that as soon as you're done. You'll then be taken back to the patient's main menu. If you need support during the go-live or after, please submit a help desk ticket explaining the issue you're experiencing, or you can reach out to the clinical informatics group by emailing the ISD CHAMPS ClinDL. Good luck!